He is a pumpkin superhero in training. His cape's going everywhere because it's windy up here. Maybe we gotta open it up downstairs, Teddy. All right, we're going trick-or-treating. You guys know what to do. Grab yourselves, yeah?
Superhero entry, grab the toys and keep your hands on feet and legs. And keep your superhero at all times.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have Disney hair, don't care. I was gonna grab my mini ears and I thought, no, I should probably still have my hat. But it's so close to sun going down that I probably don't need my hat, so I didn't want to carry that around all night. Now I wish I had brought my mini ears. There. Should have waited to open it up down here. Turn around and show them your cape. That's not flying away. Turn around. Turn around, baby. There you go. Crime fighter in training. So it still it has a stain on it, but that's okay. So he has quite the outfit because this was a last minute trip. We actually had planned meeting our friends, Steffi and Tim, and their kids, Xander and Arwen here. We had planned it long ago, and then we didn't think we were gonna be able to come. And then last week we decided, yes, let's still go while Mark's at training. So, don't really have a full costume because we weren't planning on doing any trick-or-treatings, either one of us. So, just kind of threw this together with a t-shirt he already had, his Mickey hat, and the cape that he just recently got at Six Flags Fiesta in Texas. But hey, it works. We're meeting our friends at their resort, Pop Century, and I don't know what I'll film and what I won't film, but I figured I might as well open it up just in case, because we really could use filming tonight. We really can use being with friends tonight. I had some very bad news this afternoon. During Mark's training, he actually had to get out of training and go to the hospital. So a lot of you, if you follow us personally or follow us on Teddy's Tribe, you know Mark has a really bad spot on his foot, and I was worried a while ago that it was going to get infected, and I wanted him to have it looked at before he went, and he didn't, and I'm afraid it got much worse while he was there. So we could keep walking now, Teddy. So yeah, so he's in the hospital. We don't really know what's going on or what's going to happen. He's supposed to fly back to Texas on Saturday. We're supposed to leave Orlando area tomorrow to start our way back to Texas. Yeah, so we booked the KOA for an extra night. Just maybe we can try to figure out if we're going to Texas, if we have to go to New Jersey, where Mark is, or what we have to do. I'm going to give a little view, Teddy. I'm glad we actually slowed down here. This is a really, I want you to look through the bars here. A nice view. So forgive us if we're a little out of sorts tonight, but I don't know. It's just a good thing we had friends to go be with tonight, huh, Teddy? We kind of need a little bit of a mental break here. So let's go. Are you going escalator now, or are you doing elevator? Escalator? Oh, we gotta go around the other side. He was right. He knew where he was going. Mom was gonna try to go down the up. What do you think of that? That's pretty silly, huh? But anyway, since we are with friends, I mean, they're YouTubers too. Their channel is Steffi and Tim Waco if you want to check it out. But sometimes when I'm with friends that I don't see all the time, I kind of get the brain going that I forget to film because I'm just so absorbed with being with my friends. So we're going to try to show you because Teddy wants to capture the... Yeah. Yes, we can put it in. I was afraid of that. Take it off, take your fingers off, I'll show everybody. Well, how it sits on him, it does sit on his neck and it drives him crazy. So we'll just put it in my fanny pack. We're not even out of the garage hardly yet, and we found this M&M's Sweet Tour going on. Teddy has found a piano he can dance on, so this just screams my child, yes. He's having a blast. Yeah. In the Teddy quest of getting in as much transportation as he can, we're taking a bus from Disney Springs to Riviera. Then he can ride on what he calls Sky Car, but it's actually technically called the Disney Skyliner, and take that for a ride, and then it'll be almost time to meet up with our friends. Relaxing. We get off the bus and we came in through the lobby here at the Riviera, and we've never had the luxury of these seats being open whenever we've come through, so Teddy's like, we gotta go sit out there for a minute, huh? Have I ever seen what, honey? No, we haven't really seen these seats open before. No. Your first time in this part of the resort. You've been to the resort before. We've been all over this resort before, but this is the first time you've been out on this overlook. You've sat in those swings, yes. You've played bocce ball. You've done a lot of things here. You just don't remember probably. But I did just get an updated text from Mark. They are, the text was very brief, so they are keeping him. So yeah, I'm still kind of in a funky zone, but I'm trying to make tonight as enjoyable. Did I? I don't think we showed you. So at that M&M's booth, we got M&M's. So Teddy has one for him, and of course they handed me one, which we're just going to give to Xander, huh? So one for Teddy and one for Xander. All right, you ready for a sky car ride?
Yes.
But anyway, hopefully I can hear another little blip from Mark soon. Of course, he went from training, so he didn't have a charging cord with him or anything like that. So I know he's trying to keep going in airplane mode to conserve his battery best he can, but it will all be okay. Just kind of a hard little rustle to the day, huh, Teddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Let's go downstairs and go catch that sky car. We're in a very odd stage of asking questions of what is everything for. I wanted to step back because we had some guests walking by, but I love this mosaic. I love admiring this every time I walk through it. It's really windy in here too, so I apologize if the wind is coming through the mic. Yeah, we're in a strange phase like today, and like everything we see, I mean, it's only been 6 months since he was here last week. He's like, have I ever done this before? Have I ever seen this before? And I know half the time he's joking, but I just kind of keep answering because I can never tell when he's joking and when he's not. But yeah, I love the mosaics. Here we go. So we waited a little bit so we could have an unwrapped one, but I don't know if the sun is going to cooperate. You can see our reflection in it, Teddy. Look.
I'm younger than you are.
Yes, honey, you're much younger than me, sweetie. Oh, I needed coffee. I just realized I didn't have any coffee this morning because we were in a hurry to go to the Magic Kingdom. So we were busting through, showers and all of that, and walks with Lucy and feeding Lucy and stuff before we went to Magic Kingdom. And then when we got back in the Magic Kingdom, we found out about Mark, and I was gonna make coffee and I just never did. So, finally, like 5:30, 5:45, I'm finally having a cup of coffee today. But hey, Joffrey's, I can't resist it anyway. So this is the Harvest Game Changer. It doesn't really have like a ton of dairy in it, so just a little smidgen. So I should do okay with it. So I took one little sip before Teddy said, film it, Mama. And I'm like, oh yeah, that's pretty good. I should film it. Hey, in case you're not familiar, like we took the Skyliner from Riviera to the Caribbean Beach. And at Caribbean Beach, you have to transfer anyway of whether you're gonna go to Hollywood Studios or go over to Art of Animation and Pop Century. So you can get right off and get yourself at Joffrey's if you'd like to here before you like get back on or go walk around Caribbean Beach. Teddy's admiring the water while I look. Teddy has acquired a new backpack, and now he's been in the lobby dancing, and they just gave him a special button. I showed off my groovy moves. I can't read it. Okay, go to eat. Trying to convince Teddy we should have some real food before we add more sugar. My kid's not used to sugar. But look, the whole like quick service is under refurb. There's new booths, and I'm like such a nerd. I'm so excited there's new booths. We're gonna try to mobile order something. Just had another update from Mark. It's real bad, and I sadly figured it was, so I don't know what's going on. We'll know more tomorrow. They do have to operate, so he's in for the night, and then when they operate tomorrow, we'll know more. But I'm having impossible meatloaf because I should add some nutrition to my body. Teddy is having French fries, but at least maybe if he eats a little bit of these, it will offset some of the sugar rush. Somebody reports his fries are tasty, and it was, I see, it was the right choice. He kept trying to tell me he was going to go for pizza, and I'm like, you're not going to eat a pizza. I'll get fries. You'll actually eat fries. My Impossible meatloaf was super tasty. I loved every ounce of that, and I needed nutrition, so that was good. I apologize for the poor lighting, but it is late, and back at the cabin now. Teddy is finally unwinding. He fell asleep on the drive home, which of course then I had to wake him up to get him in, which then he wanted a snack, and now he's trying to unwind to get back to sleep. So I want to give him peace. And then I, fed Lucy, got her for her walk, went up to the dog park off leash for a while, get her wiggles out. So now I want to try to touch base. I didn't film any part of the trick-or-treat experience at Pop Century because like I had mentioned earlier, when you rarely see friends, you don't really want to vlog. Your full focus you want on your friends and the experience, since you never get to see them. And I mean, I literally did this trip purposely to see Steffi and Tim and have Teddy spend time with Xander. So I didn't really want to just keep messing with the camera. Plus it was dark, lighting was poor, but it was crowded. Now, I've done trick-or-treating at Fort Wilderness once before during Halloween. Actually, it was way back years yonder when I was actually pregnant with Teddy. We did trick-or-treating at Fort Wilderness. And that was less insanity. Of course, that was several years ago than what I experienced at Pop Century tonight. So I want to take time while I'm out here on the porch of my KOA cabin and it's quiet. So I do apologize that it is poor lighting, but I want to give them peace to unwind and maybe drift off to sleep. So I'm not exactly trying to be negative per se, but I'm not sure I would go out of my way, even if I was staying at Pop Century, to do that. So it was a little bit confusing because they had this whole treat trail all over the whole resort. I don't know if it was all over or just more kind of the outskirts of the main area by the main lobby and quick service area. But we went to the first table and they got bags, which they look very much like the same bags that are obviously what you get if you go to Mickey's Not So Scary. So that was exciting. And I kind of was under the understanding, and Steffi thought the same thing, that it was just basically like Mickey's Not So Scary, as you just went to the different stations and got candy, typical trick-or-treat trail. But it wasn't. They had these games set up at the tables, and the first table where we got our bag, they didn't make the kids, they didn't make Teddy and Xander play the game. So we just kind of talked to the cast members for a while and said trick or treat and got the bag and got candy. But then the lines at these stations were insane. So we went to the next station and we said, no, that's too long. So then we went to the station after that and we waited in that line. One of us should have timed it. And it really, to me as a parent, and Teddy's starting to get to the age where he's a little bit more tolerable of lines, but not really. If he hadn't had Xander with him, hold on, Lucy's gonna bark because she hears me talking. I had to go get her. She was in there and she heard me talking. Normally she'd be fine with it, but she hasn't been with me a lot today, so she is kind of a Velcro dog, and she's like, I want to be out here too, Mama. You're having fun. I want to be out here having fun. So anyway, I should have had one of us time the line. Now, Xander's a little bit younger than Teddy, and yeah, it was a struggle. And it was a struggle I could see for other kids, that it was a really, really long wait. Because it started at 7:30, and then I had to get Teddy kind of edging back towards the bus to go back to Disney Springs close to 9. So for an hour and a half it took us to do 2 tables, because they did have you playing games. So at the one we waited in line for, yes, the kids literally couldn't get the candy until they knocked down the cups. And it worked out for us because, I don't want Teddy to have hordes of candy anyway. So the idea was how many cups you knocked down was how many handfuls of candy that you got. So yeah, between the 2 stations, there is a pretty heavy bag full here, and a lot of it is good chocolate. A lot of it is, M&Ms and, all kinds of really, really good quality candy. So, you're getting it for free. I have no complaints. So again, I'm not trying to sound overly negative. I just wish there was a way that maybe it was a little bit more younger child friendly. so that you didn't have to stand in line forever. Once again, the only reason I did do this was purposely to spend time with my friends. They're here on vacation, but it's a whole huge family vacation, so they didn't have a lot of time that they could spend with Teddy and I other than tonight. So the only reason I really went and joined them on this was to spend time with them. Normally, no. For our family, I don't think I would do it again, and I don't think I would recommend it. If at all your child struggles with lines, to me, it's not worth it. Yeah, you'd have to pack your patience. Although if you really just stood in line for one table, if your kid doesn't want like mega hoard loads of candy, then you could stand in line like we did, and like 1 or 2 tables would certainly give your kid plenty of candy to feel like they went trick-or-treating. But I think that was the hard part for me. Is another reason why I wanted to go do it is Teddy's never really gone trick-or-treating. We've never usually lived in an area where there is trick-or-treating. So I would rather he went quickly station to station and got like 1 or 2 pieces at each station. To me, that would be more fun for him, just knowing him. He'd rather go station to station and jump up and down and say trick or treat and you know, talk to the cast members and talk to the kids around him. Waiting in line, if he didn't have Xander to play with, I'm not sure he would have done it. But anyway, it's been a long, hard night. I'm still really glad that I did come to Florida. I'm really glad that I did be able to go out and spend time with Steffi and Tim and Xander and Arwen tonight. Just not sure I'd recommend the resort trick-or-treat experience. And I'm kind of glad I had it to do tonight too, because as you've heard throughout this vlog, and I apologize if this vlog has been really weird, this all floored me. I knew before Mark went on training that his foot was bad. He had an open wound on his foot. I saw it, and before he went on training, I tried to beg him to please go get it checked. I tried to beg him, please don't go away on this training. He was stubborn, and he did. And of course, now over the week that he's been in New Jersey, it has gotten worse and worse and worse, and we still don't know how bad it is. When I talked to him last, they had finally gotten him upstairs into his room at the hospital that he's at in New Jersey. And he is going in tomorrow for them to operate and really try to see how bad it really is and how much damage really is there. Of course, he was supposed to end his training tomorrow and check out of the one hotel that he's been in and then check into a different hotel, because the way the government works, you can't be on the clock so many hours within a day. And the way his flight worked out, because training was only a half day tomorrow, the way his flight worked out, it just would have put him over 12 hours. So the government was having him switch hotels tomorrow to go to a different hotel to just spend the night basically, and then fly out early Saturday morning. He has a rental car, so he now has a hotel room with his stuff in it, like his clothes, his iPad, everything. And he really was just too groggy tonight. So in the morning, we have to try to face everything, you know, business-wise. I don't know what better way to put it, to figure out not only what's going on with him, but how to wrap up all of this stuff. You know, contact the training people, contact the people at Big Bend, you know, contact the hotel. We do have a friend that lives like in the area, kind of 20-25 minutes away. She has offered that if the hotel can pack up his stuff, that maybe she could transport it to the hospital. And, you know, we booked this KOA an extra night to just kind of hold and see what we need to do. Do we need to head to New Jersey? Do we need to just hang out in Florida for a while? Do we need to head to Texas? So yeah, everything is kind of in a holding pattern. Not to mention, I am so worried for my husband. It's been hard to try to explain to Teddy what is going on with Daddy. But yet, you know, he's had so much excitement with it being in Florida, being at Disney, being Halloween, having candy he's not used to having a friend that he doesn't get to see often. There's been a lot of mixed emotions in this family, period. So I apologize if this vlog was very odd or awkward or more TMI, more personal information than you may want in one of my Disney vlogs. It just is life, and sometimes I am known to just mix in real life with adventures, because life is adventure. Life is one big adventure, and it's hard to. I wear my emotions on my sleeve. I'm not fake. I don't hide things well. I couldn't if I wanted to. So I'm very emotional tonight, and it's been very, very, very difficult to try to hold it together and go through the motions to go try to punch out a really, really wonderful evening for him. And he did. He talked on the bus all the way back of how fun it was to go trick-or-treating, how fun Halloween has been, and to see all the costumes, and to see Xander and Arwen. And he really has had the time of his life the past few days. So with that, I think I'm gonna go cuddle with my Teddy and my Lucy Lou, try to get some sleep. I'm sure I won't. I'm sure I'll toss and turn a lot tonight. And then tomorrow, we'll see what can happen. So stay tuned, because we may, vlogging does help us. Vlogging is therapeutic for us. So whatever goes on tomorrow, I'm sure we'll kind of do a mix of, again, checking in and giving you the real life updates, as well as finding some other fun adventures. Peace and love, gang. And we will see you on that next one. Happy Halloween and a Merry Samhain to all.